Hey guys, Raj Sanger of Cardio Security. Welcome back to the channel. I am here, Goodwood Festival of Speed, an overview of one of the cars which everyone seems to be talking about here at Festival of Speed 2023, and that's the Singer DLS Turbo study. Let me tell you a little bit about Singer. So Singer is the brainchild of an American called Rob Dickinson and was founded in 2009. This is now the third iteration of a 964 reimagined. So they don't backdate cars, they reimagine cars. The first iteration was called the Classic, and then you had the DLS, Dynamics and Lightweighting Study. That came out about 4 years ago, and now in 2023, they've launched the DLS Turbo. They start with a basic 964, they strip it back to the chassis, then they build a fresh car from there to the specifications of their clients, so color, interior, wheel variants and so on. So guys, let's delve a little bit more into the DLS Turbo study. So guys, we've managed to grab Phil, who works for Singer Vehicle Design. Nice to meet you, Phil.
Hello, nice to meet you.
First and foremost, it looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Dynamics and Lightweighting Study Turbo, or DLS Turbo, the next generation or the next chapter of our story. Following on from the Dynamics and Lightweighting Study, naturally aspirated, 4 valves per cylinder, fantastic air-cooled flat six. Still very much focused and based on the 964 platform, so we're still proud to be using the 964 as our donor vehicle for the car. And this time we've taken it to the next level by adding twin turbochargers, as you can see behind us.
As we can see here.
Twin turbochargers, horizontal top fan, water-cooled heads, and intercoolers.
This in itself is a work of art, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So we're now dealing with around about 700 horsepower.
700, yes.
And perhaps more importantly, we're able to rev up to 9,000 RPM.
That is just insane.
Considering it's a turbocharged engine, which would normally have lower revs, 9,000 RPM, this is going to be a real thrill.
Wow. Look at the silhouette back here.
Yep.
You still see the 964 along the rear.
Yeah, 964, but also in particular, the car was very much inspired by the racing heritage of the mid to late 1970s of the 911. So in particular, there was a car called the 934-5. It won 6 of 8 races out in America in competition over there. So it's a real highlight of the 911 era. So you can see we've got these huge wide hips.
Yes, which is a nod to that era.
Exactly, absolutely.
And obviously the rear wing.
And of course the rear wing, yeah, exactly. There is the opportunity to have the car in a slightly more understated, more road-focused way. So of course the additional rear wing, or the ducktail, is available.
It's over there, yes, yeah.
In the extra body panel cases. To balance the aerodynamics front and rear, we have a slightly different front splitter according to which rear configuration you have as well. One of the nice things with both this spec and the other spec that we have here at Goodwood is we've got this lovely soft touch black rubber finish.
Beautiful, that is beautiful.
A little bit more in keeping with that sort of period correct feel, but obviously through the specification process, clients who are commissioning their cars with us will be able to have those elements in carbon fibre exposed. Every single body panel you can see is carbon fibre. I mean, the wheels are super lightweight, they're Porsche magnesium.
Yes.
And then of course we've got the turbo fans on this side.
Which is just a nod back to that era as well, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So we're losing a little bit of luggage space, all for the sake of better weight distribution. So oil coolers mounted at the front of the car, intercoolers mounted really close to the turbos to eliminate lag. All of the areas being brought underneath this bridge spoiler, adhered onto the rear window, and then onto the rear aerodynamics, and also into the intake, which is
on the back there as well. And you've got the air intakes or the air scoops on the rear windows.
Yep, so this time these are going into the back box and then straight onto the horizontal fan. That allows better cooling across all 6 cylinders.
It looks a lot better as well there, it's gotta say.
Yeah, it's a nice nod back to some really special Porsches as well. So,
and interior, I mean, your interiors are always just, you knock it out of the park. But here, you've gone a notch up again, haven't you?
Yeah, this is very much towards the track focus. So you've got this fantastic tech mesh material on both seats and around the interior, and then some really lightweight mesh on the back. for better ventilation. The level of bespoke and the level of personalisation and creation.
That
every
customer
single
can
car
do,
is
yes,
built
yes.
for or is assembled for every.
More or less any
client.
colour option they want externally.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We've got a really lovely selection that we've sort of come up with. We've got a paint team who have put some really lovely colours together, and then of course a lot of our clients have already said they wanted to do particular liveries and particular designs on the car.
So I know you're not going to answer this question. It doesn't have to. But in terms of numbers, I've heard it's sub 50 maybe-ish.
So 99 cars globally.
Oh, there is no 99 cars.
Yep,
so there's actually
99
officially 99 cars, okay.
Yep,
and
so
price points, we're talking sort of 3 million US, is it?
somewhere around there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean every single car is commissioned and assembled for every owner. So it's a slightly different situation with specification and things like that. But yeah, definitely around that kind of
and it's just
that region.
It's amazing to think that underneath here, this car started as a 964.
Yeah,
I've got to say, this is for me probably the car of the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phil, really appreciate you taking the time.
No problem.
Just to show us around the car. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to our audience who watch the channel. Have a great show.
Thank you.
I'm sure you will. Positive feedback from us. It's absolutely beautiful, and hopefully
We'll find you an allocation.
how about that? I'll have to sell a few more car stereos before I can even think about allocation. But yeah, this was like a bonus episode. We filmed the episode on the Gunther Works 993s. That may have dropped before this episode comes out. If it has, the link down below. If not, make sure you come back and watch the Gunther Works 993 episode with Amjad, and he goes over both cars as well. Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again on Cash TV.